I'm making this video with a huge smile on my face because I am excited, and rumors are swirling that Obi-Wan Kenobi is getting his second season. You heard me right. According to Scooper Daniel RPK, Lucasfilm is reportedly moving forward with another Star Wars series for Ewan McGregor. And what's more, as fans are talking about, well, what that actually means. And I know it's a divisive subject. Some people said the Obi-Wan series was horrible. Others said it was amazing. I am on the side of, if you're going to give me more Obi-Wan and Anakin / Vader, I'm going to eat it up. I'm going to absorb it, and I'm going to love every minute of it. We're also going to dive into a fan theory that could change everything about Obi-Wan's story as we know it. But, as always, let's talk about the confirmations first. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Jimmy or Chaos. Do me a favor, drop a like, make sure you're subscribed, turn on those notifications, and yes, I read every single comment on every single video. And I heart the ones I like. If I didn't heart it, I still read it, but you were probably being mean. Now, the second season news. Yes, comes entirely from leaks and insiders right now. The main source is Daniel Rickman, the Daniel RPK on X, who claims that season 2 is actually in development right now. Outlets like Cosmic Book News and The Direct, they've picked it up as well, noting there's no official announcement yet. In fact, The Direct cautions that Lucasfilm hasn't confirmed anything or set a production date. So in short, we of course treat it as a rumor, but it's got some weight behind it because Rickman has broken Star Wars news many times. Even Ewan McGregor has hinted he wouldn't say no to more Kenobi. Of course he wouldn't. Last year at LA Comic-Con, he told fans Lucasfilm was exploring ideas for another series. He said between the end of the show and the Alec Guinness era, there was another few stories to tell. I think there's a lot of stories to tell, honestly. He even joked, or maybe he wasn't joking, that he wants to wear Obi-Wan's Clone Wars armor again and reunite with Hayden Christensen's Vader. So on his end, the actor is definitely game for a return. And of course, Hayden is all up in Star Wars now, and I know he would be 100% on board. Not that I know him personally or speak for him, but come on. Those two, they were meant for each other. Now, there's no guarantees. Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy has previously emphasized Kenobi was conceived as a one-and-done limited series, so officially, the studio wasn't planning a season 2. Until now, maybe. As of today, there's no word from Disney or Lucasfilm, but the rumor is out there and the fans are fired up, and Kathleen, well, she's heading out the door soon. So whoever actually does take over the realms, whether that's Filoni or somebody else, they get to make those decisions, and I hope they're on the same path that I'm on, Kenobi path. Now, what could season 2 actually be about? Let's speculate a little bit. If Obi-Wan does get new episodes, what story are they telling? I mean, remember, season 1 picks up in 9 BBY, so that's 9 years before A New Hope. By its end, Obi-Wan is reconnected with the Force, likely returns to Tatooine to look after Luke from afar. Second season would still have about a decade or so before episode 4 actually happens to cover stuff. So one idea is that we can finally see Obi-Wan's path to becoming a Force ghost. Now in the finale, Qui-Gon Jinn's spirit hints he'll teach Obi-Wan how to join the Force. Some rumor coverage suggests Lucasfilm might explore that. Imagine Obi-Wan training with Qui-Gon's ghost, Liam Neeson's character, that'd be awesome, to learn how to become the Force ghost who eventually guides Luke. That would be fun to watch. There's another angle. Remember Ahsoka Tano was introduced to a young Obi-Wan and Anakin? Who remembers that? In this timeline, Ahsoka would be an older kid, so probably not directly involved, but fans have thrown around all sorts of theories. Maybe Obi-Wan travels off-world to help secret Jedi or rebels, or maybe confronts leftover Clone War enemies. There's a popular one out there, even in the official press, and it is revisiting Obi-Wan's rivalry with Darth Maul. That would be pretty cool. We only saw a glimpse of Maul at the end of season 1, so a second season could literally pick up that thread, or at least acknowledge Maul's fate. I mean, there's all kinds of ways that they could go with this. Could it be that Obi-Wan finally leaves Tatooine? Maybe. If Vader senses Obi's presence off-planet, that could definitely trigger conflict. Even if Obi-Wan mostly waits for Luke on Tatooine, the writers would need a reason for more adventures. And I know some people are saying, what are we going to do? Just watch him sit in his cave and watch Luke from afar? No, there's so many creative ways they could go with this. Maybe he gets involved in a hidden rebel activity. Maybe he heads to Alderaan to protect Leia. She's still young then. Or maybe even crosses paths with Padme's old allies, unlikely since she's gone, but whatever. There's all kinds of stuff they could do. I mean, it's pure fan theory, but everything could be tossed at the wall to see what sticks. The main thing is, everybody's going to want to know, what will Darth Vader's role be? He's obvious the big name in the project, aside from Obi-Wan, and remember, Season 1 gave us the Obi-Wan versus Vader rematch everybody wanted. Super emotional, impactful. 2 fights actually, one in Episode 3, and then the big final duel at the end. If season 2 happens, we're going to get a round 3. Now, there's rumors that more Vader is planned. One rumor piece notes many fans will likely be hoping that Vader could return in season 2. Of course he could show up again. Maybe hearing Obi-Wan is active again, he comes looking for the old Jedi. However, timelines here, they're tight. In 4 ABY, A New Hope, Vader meets and ultimately kills Obi-Wan on the Death Star. We all know that. Obi-Wan has to survive until then, so we know what their final fate is. That means any new fights would have to end without either killing the other, and of course that takes out some of the drama, but then again, when you get Obi-Wan and Vader together, I don't think people are worried about that. I mean, Hayden Christensen's Darth Vader could appear in flashbacks or even Force visions. The rumor reports themselves suggest that it might not be a full-on Vader takeover. Instead, we might see Anakin's image, or Hayden, helping Obi-Wan remember his training. In season 1, we saw a vision of Anakin under Vader's mask. Maybe similar scenes could pop up. I mean, bottom line, if season 2 is real, you can definitely expect Vader to factor in somehow. I mean, another lightsaber showdown with Obi-Wan would be massive. Even if it's just a tense Space Force telepathy or a tracking down Obi-Wan plot, Vader's presence would definitely raise the stakes. And Star Wars knows that. They're definitely not going to underutilize Hayden in this role if they do this. But who else could show up? Well, obviously Ewan McGregor is returning as Obi-Wan. Obviously Hayden's going to be Vader. Maybe we'll see the third sister. Maybe Moses Ingram will show up. She survived season 1, headed out to the galaxy on her own mysterious quest. I mean, fans speculate Obi, they might meet again. Perhaps she joins the Inquisitors or even tries to assassinate Vader as her unfinished business. Some are also, well, not some, everybody's hoping for Clone War ties. Ewan mentioned he'd love to wear Obi's old Clone Wars armor again, which we could have flashbacks to Obi's Jedi days or him seeking out Clone War comrades. I mean, Liam Neeson's Qui-Gon Jinn could theoretically return as a Force ghost in those flashbacks. Even if they wanted to explore the Master Padawan bond, they could do it. There's even cross-show rumors. Some people are saying Obi-Wan might cameo in Ahsoka Season 2, meaning Ewan on screen with his character, but he's younger. Now, if that happened, it could tie into Kenobi's story or spoil what happens to him later. It's all out there, but it does show that there's a lot of fans that are eager for more storytelling with Obi. Another fan wish is Luke and Leia cameos, of course. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We don't have anything confirmed, but everybody's asking, will Leia be rescued again? Will Bail Organa, Leia's adoptive dad, show up? Will Kenobi meet any hidden Jedi survivors? I think that's a definite opportunity there that they could do, because you know there's more out there that are hidden. That would be one if he actually kind of went on a quest to try to seek out anybody that did make it through the Order 66. So in recap, new insider leaks, important ones, valid ones, say that Kenobi Season 2 is in development. No official word, but the major outlets are picking it up. Ewan McGregor has repeatedly said he'd love to do more Kenobi. He mentioned Lucasfilm was exploring ideas, and there was more stories to tell, and he wants his Clone Wars armor back and Hayden's Vader alongside him. I think that's what everybody would want. If it does happen, will it fill the gap between 9BBY and the events of New Hope? Probably so. You can definitely expect Vader to play a big role. We already know Obi-Wan and Vader dueled twice in Season 1. Why not again, even though we know what the outcome's going to be? And maybe Maul. Maybe Maul. I think that would be interesting if they kind of kept up with that. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you soon.